We are going to learn something very simple. Yeah, plan how to determine your next move. How to determine your next move. We are going to look at the things you must look at before you determine your next move. Okay, so we will start by looking at a few things here and there. We'll start by looking at coin market cap. We have a very specific area we are more interested in when it comes to coin market cap. We want to look at the fear and greed. So the market is in fear. So most people are afraid to invest right now. So some of them are in panic mode, selling in panic, and others are afraid to even take a move. And the entire crypto market is at 3.7 trillion. This is money in dollars, okay? 3.7 trillion. All right, so what does this tell us? If the market is afraid, we know. Now, we are learning and we are doing it in real time. We are learning how, because the topic today is how to take your next move, how to determine your next move. Right now, we are learning, and at the same time, we are doing what we must do in the market. So we are analyzing the market as we are learning. The topic of the day is how to determine your next move. Okay? Now, we are using it at the same time learning. So the things I'm going to go through are the things that can assist you to know or to determine your next move and to plan a next move. All right. So we have looked at the fear and greed. Specifically, I want the fear and greed index of CoinMarketCap because this one covers a wide range of assets, and it goes in depth to put together most exchanges and DeFi protocols. So this is why I use specifically this fear and greed of CoinMarketCap. All right. So it is in 31, which shows us that most people are afraid to invest right now. They are not extremely afraid, but they are afraid. Yesterday, the market was in neutral, okay? When the market is in neutral, it means a percentage of people who are biased with the market that it is going to be bearish are equal with the percentage of people who are bullish. But when we are in fear, it means most people are bearish. So this gives us a picture of the sentiment of the market. But that's not all. So we also look at the entire crypto market cap, which is at 3.7. A few days ago, it was above this figure. It means money has gone out of the crypto space. You know very well, most people come and invest when the market is doing something great. And others are afraid to even take a move when the market is giving a very good discount. This is very important. All right. So after that, we'll go. Remember the topic. We are learning how to determine a next move. So this is what we are learning. All right. So we are doing it. We are learning. At the same time, we are analyzing the market. All right. So after there, we see something like that. Then we go to the charts. We go to the charts. We will go to Bitcoin specifically. Why we want Bitcoin? We want to understand what Bitcoin's move is. And from there, we can use it as an indicator to determine what the rest of the market will do when Bitcoin doesn't perform as it should perform, or when it underperforms or when it overperforms. All right, so we monitor three assets. We monitor BTC, we monitor Ethereum, and then we monitor Solana. So after there, we go and monitor their dominance. So we monitor the dominance of BTC, we monitor the dominance of Ethereum, and then we go to a specific index, which is the DYX, that is the dollar index, to see how it is performing. Then also we go to either S&P 500 or gold to see what is happening in those assets, to also know what could be the next move for the entire space. But put together these things to just have an anticipation, or to have the information you need to anticipate where the market could be. So from that anticipation, that is how you determine your next move. Let me hope I'm very clear and loud. Those who were here on Sunday, you remember me drawing these purple lines as you see them, the purple lines. Let me hope they're clear now. And these purple lines were respected so cleanly. The rejection was on point. Even the support was lost accordingly. And this let me show you right here. This resistance, and this resistance right here, and right here, they are very important for us if we are to move on the upside. For example, today we formed another rejection. We formed another rejection right here. Let me show you with a purple, another purple line right here. We formed another rejection right here. That is about 111, 169, 111,169. So this rejection right here, it is not the first time we are rejected from here. So if we are to do anything amazing, we need to break above 111,000. Okay, so after being, let me show you something here. Let me show you something here. For example, okay, that's it. That's what I wanted. So if Bitcoin does something like this, let me show you. For example, after this rejection right here, okay, we have formed a candle yet to close on a daily. But this candle, if it closes below 109,000, below, we are bearish, or we might move lower. Okay, so for example, if we do something like this, let me show you. If we do something like this, and we slope down like that, this is a move that will happen if we close below 109,000. But if we maintain 109,000, if we maintain above, we might do something like this. Let me show you here. If we maintain where we are, but we close this candle and we start a new candle above where we are right now, we might do something like this. So we claim back 111,000, and then we proceed to climb and go to the resistance of 115,000. We have a resistance around 115,000. So you see, each time we change the exit of those who take profits, we are bound to go even lower. For example, people before were taking more profits around 20K, 120K. Now they are taking around 115K. This pushes us further down, and every time their exit shrinks, they come to stay around lower prices, which limits us from going even higher. But for now, we need to close this daily candle above 109,000. So this is what determines our next move. Okay, so let's look at Ethereum. For Ethereum, this is as it looks. It has went as far as back above 4,000, but it didn't last. Okay, it didn't last long. It was rejected. It was highly rejected. But you could see that we have a resistance that we briefly broke through. So we have an immediate resistance right here. What makes a resistance is us visiting the same area more times. For example, we visited this area here. We were rejected even here. We were rejected even here. We tried breaking through it. We were rejected above here. So you see, this is how a resistance is formed. And same as well, this is how a support area is formed. I put into account even the wicks, because these wicks determine where price pressures, where the pressures were and where demand zones are and supply zones are. The aggressiveness of buying and the aggressiveness of selling. This is how we form serious wicks. Okay, so after being rejected, Ethereum is sloping slightly and seriously below. Let's go to 1 day right here. 1 day right here. So right there. All right, so on 1 day we can see something like this. Okay, so we briefly went around above 4,000, but we were rejected, and we have been sloping down here. We are yet to close a candle. It is still a rejected candle when we go to smaller time frame, like 4 hours right here. So you see, our recovery was rejected, and the rejection was serious. So since then, we are sloping below. But this, we already anticipated it by Sunday, that Ethereum was displaying weakness, as there were no volumes to support its move to the upside. So it was, the prices were going up, but the volumes were shrinking. So that was not a good indicator right there. All right, so when we go to, so what do we need for Ethereum? We need Ethereum to hold above 3,800. If it doesn't hold above 3,800, we might see lower prices even coming in as we try to strive to go above. I told you the best case scenario for Ethereum is to be above 4,000. That is a best case scenario. It is somewhat a good place to be than below 4,000. Anywhere below 4,000 is not good for Ethereum. Okay, and this is what I said also, that anywhere below 4,000 is a good entry to DCA into Ethereum. Okay, same applies to BTC. Anywhere below 109,000 is a good area to start DCAing. Now, I keep on saying this, I will not stop saying it. We are nowhere close to going into a bear market. Don't be duped. But worst can come in, but we are nowhere to go into a bear market. Mark my words. This bull run has not done what it's supposed to do. Okay? Look, the US is about to start printing money, for God's sake. The feds are saying they are easing the tightening. So that means more money coming in. They will print more money. Money will be cheap for people who want to use it, who want to borrow it. Don't be duped into thinking that we are anywhere close to a bear market. There is so much coming in. ETFs, Solana ETFs, XRP ETFs, many things are on the way coming, and they are going to be bullish for crypto. Wars are being stopped. There is some kind of short-term macro events that lead traders into panic, but those are short term. We have a mid-term bullish sentiment around crypto, and we will for sure in one way or the other go to the bear market, but this is anticipated to be a very different bear market where we will have some coins being destroyed completely and others staying somewhat healthy and ready to even go higher. So you have to be ready for every scenario. I told you, whenever you see prices pumping so great, for example, Bitcoin goes into making a new all-time high. This is a place for you to start anticipating for anything, that the market can crash. So if you were to short it, or if you were to take profits, you start there. You don't sit there and think we are going to pump non-stop. There are people who cannot let that happen, and they profit off the panic and buying at a cheaper price. So this is not the time for you to panic into shorting the market. This is the time for you to position yourself into planning for the next move. Okay? All right. So as we always do, for example, when the entire market is pumping, we look for projects that have not done anything, but they are healthy and they are good. And then we position ourselves into them to go up with them. Now, I don't want you to be duped with fundamentals, because there will come a time when there is too much money in the space whereby the feds have cut another rate cut. There is money printing everywhere, and then you will see every good narrative pumping. So when they will be pumping, you will be duped into thinking that my Solana will make 100x. No, you will not. It will not make 100x. It might make a 2x, 3x. Now, what do? Since every narrative will start pumping, we start looking for those narratives that have not got some juice in them yet to move. So we position ourselves and we move with them. Don't anticipate a 100x in two big caps. We anticipate just 2x, 3x, 4x, something like that. Other coins that can give you 100x, they are low caps, but you have to look for those amazing narratives. They are big caps that are a sure deal. When the entire market is moving, they will move. The likes of Sui. Sui is a no-brainer. The likes of Avax. Avax is a no-brainer. The likes of XRP. XRP is a no-brainer. The likes of Doge, they will pump. Okay? So, what you need to do is to have different bags as we studied before. We learned these things. We have short term, mid term, and long term. You don't touch on your long term bag all the time. You take profits as we progress in your mid term. And then for short term, you take on a daily or after some hours or after some days. That's how we do it. All right. I can see Uncle Tuna. Now, what could be the good cheap coin to hold? Thanks. I will answer you as we go, but there are many. There are many. I've just mentioned even some of them, so you can position yourself accordingly. All right. So this is what we want to see Ethereum do. Okay. So we will go to the DXY. You see, the dollar index is not doing well, and this is very good for crypto, okay? Because it trended up. For example, let's see here. You see, it trended up, but it is falling right now. And when we go to bigger time frame, like 4 hours, we could see how it has been doing. It has been trending up somehow, but it is now coming back down. You see, it has been bullish. This is a daily. It has been bullish, but when we go to smaller time frame, we can see that it is pulling back. And despite the shutdown, it has been performing somewhat good, but it is retracing. Now, what do we need? We need the dollar to do badly so that people can hedge their wealth into crypto, because crypto will always outperform any currency. I'm telling you, this is sure deal. And time will come, crypto will outperform gold, will outperform anything. Now, China started doing, making artificial gold. Let me hope some of you have learned about that. China is making artificial gold. So the dollar index is having some kind of pullback. We want it to come and fill these areas right here, to come and fill these areas. This will be so good for us. And every time you look at the dollar index doing so well, you must be afraid. But if it's doing bad, even if the market is pulling back, you know that is short term, okay? All right, so let's go to dominancy, the BTC dominancy right here. Remember, in real terms of making the altcoins do something serious, we don't need the BTC dominancy going higher. We need it coming down, okay? So when we see this move right here, it is not good when the prices of BTC are going down. We need when the prices of BTC are stable, but the dominancy is coming down, okay? All right, let's go to Ethereum dominancy right here. It is showing some progression, some kind of move right here. But what we are seeing right now is from a downside of about, it is from a downside of 12.58. Now it is recovering 12.75. So we need this daily candle to close at least above 12.70, so that Ethereum can claim back 13% on the market. If we can have this, this is much better than where it is right now. Now, what do we, how to determine? We are still using all these things put together to plan. And you could hear me. Even as we are analyzing, I am making, I'm making a move. I'm determining what could be my next move. Okay. All right. Let's go right here. Let's go right here and look at this. Let's go right here. To some people who think, that we are out, we are completely out of, we are heading into a bear market, and this is something you can find. It is blockchaincenter.net. It has been tested and proven for some while. It is a beautiful way to see how the market is doing, most especially monitoring BTC as per Irving, because when we were in the last cycle, you see after this Irving, we had a run and we went into the zone of FOMO. Now, in this cycle, we have not gone there at all, okay? In this particular cycle, what you see right there on the screen, I'm pointing at where the FOMO intensifies in a cycle. We have not reached that point. In 2025, this is as far as we have went. We have went only until it's still accumulation zone. You can imagine BTC being at 100 plus, it is still accumulation zone, because now we have different players, we have more capital, we have more money in the space. So don't expect BTC to top out at that level. We have companies buying BTC at 120,000. Okay, we have institutions. Remember, institutions are not like retail, you and me, whereby we only anticipate with a few indicators and a few charts reading. They have a whole team doing these things. So don't expect them to just buy blindly as retails. So if they have been buying at 120, 125, do you think they are stupid? They can buy into something that is crashing? And for me, I've been monitoring some wallets, for example, for those big companies. And they are not selling, they are just accumulating at every discount. So this rainbow price chart gives you some knowledge on how the cycle is moving, okay? So the cycle is nowhere around serious sell. It's nowhere around the maximum bubble territory where you should be worried. Sometimes we don't need to wait until the red zone. We don't need that. We just need to be aging on how the market is progressing. For example, right now, what is happening? Of course, we have had some bad news about the China tariffs, but that was an excuse for some people to take profits. We have had the government shutdown, but crypto thrives even better in that scenario. We have had some few good news that were ignored because the market is still being driven by the old money. Now, when the old money is still taking over, you should understand that there is no one who controls the market than capital injected in the market. Now, the same capital that has been around trading off and on is the same capital we still have. We have not had back those people who are excited about crypto, who are so eager and they want to invest and think they will make money tomorrow. That FOMO will come in, and that's how we go into the parabolic run, okay? So this shows you that we are still in a very good stage to take our positions and be DCAing into those good projects, okay? Okay, so all those factors looked at, we anticipate and we start making our next move, okay? Now, the next move is determined buy assets that promise something serious, that have communities, that have good distribution, that have good fundamentals. Okay, so this is how we go to crypto bubbles. Now, there is something I want you to understand. There is a narrative that has been ignored for some while. For example, the privacy coins. I don't know if any of you know that there are coins that offer privacy, where you can move money and it is not seen on the ladder anywhere. Now, there is Zcash, and it has been doing so well. So you can be, and it is doing well, but it is still down 90 plus. Okay, it is still down 90 plus. Let's go here and look at Zcash. It is still down 90 plus. So there is also Monero, XMR. So you see, it is still so down. It is still so down. It is down 93.36%. So this Zcash, since now everyone wants to move their assets privately, it has been at the center stage now. So you should look into it and find more and learn more about it. So that narrative, I'm expecting it to do something serious, and as it is doing right now, but it will do more. It will do more, much. And then as we are determining our next move, so now we have looked at a narrative of privacy coin. Now there are new kids on block. There are new kids on block. For example, we have Asta. Asta has a hype around it, where CZ is sometimes commenting and talking about it. Now, Asta, it has a great potential, but you cannot anticipate much from a coin that has already made 2 billion. It is already at a 2 billion market cap, but nevertheless, it is one of the new kids on block. Now, when you are looking to make a decision into entering any narrative or any project, you must know where the money is going. Now, what has been taking money is privacy coin and some narratives on BNB. That's why you saw BNB making new all-time highs. Okay. The narratives on Ethereum have not made much, but BNB has outperformed even Solana because of the projects that are being created on it. Now, Solana is still more of a meme coin pad, but it has other assets that are really serious. Now, so Asta is one of them. That is a new kid on block. You can go into it, because we want to know where the money has been going. This is why we are following things like Asta. Another thing, another project to follow here where money has been adding is Plasma. Plasma. Because if something has been pumping in a few last days, we know that's where money has been going. And Plasma is right here. On a monthly, it is down 68%. Okay, so you could imagine that Plasma can offer you some bit of opportunity for you to start looking at investing slowly into it, taking out that small money you don't, have to be under pressure about, and start, edging into it, because this is where money has been going. Okay, when we look at Plasma, it is down now 68. Remember, it was above $1. Now it is at 0.2, and this is one good project. It has a blockchain that moves stable coins, and it is affiliated with WFL coin. So that is one thing, and the USD1 stable coin. So another thing, another money grabber here, projects that where money has been flowing is chain Opera AI. And we know the AI narrative is going to be somewhat serious mover in this cycle. Let me tell you something. AI is yet to do serious. It has not done anything at all. And if you think this run is over, think again. AI is bleeding. Even this COAI or Core AI just penetrated through because of hype and all that. But AI is yet to do something. Okay? So when you look at these that are taking money right now, you must position yourself in them wherever they can provide you with discount. When they provide you, thank you so much, Alpha James. Thank you, sir. So when they provide you with a discount, you start putting in slowly, because you are not rushing for anything, but you just want the market to find you ready to take some profits, okay? Not to panic when everybody is panicking. Who remembers this meme coin, Fatcoin? Fatcoin was taking a lot of money, and now it is bleeding so hard. But on a yearly, it is still up 1,200%. But this is one of the coins that were taking money. So we make a decision accordingly. But we don't want to be stuck in what they are abandoning, what everybody is neglecting, what everybody is now saying, you know what, let me run for my life, okay? Yeah, so now we know the projects that have been taking money in this period, and we start to watch them for us to position, to have a position in them. And we study them to understand why are they being hyped and why were they sharing the market capital, okay? All right, of course we have the big players. Those will always be there, the top 100. But in the top 100, not everything was sharing capital. For example, in the top 100, we have had Sui taking some bit of capital. We have had, of course, Zcash. We have talked of Asta, and we have talked of Monero, and we know why. EDA has been sharing some bit of capital. Link has been sharing some bit of capital. Aerodrome has been sharing some bit of capital in the past few days. So we want to position ourselves when there is some bit of, you know, discount, but we don't go all in at once. That is very important also. LTC has been sharing some bit of capital, and there are those coins that share capital just because of their utility. For example, like Cake on CakeSwap, BNB on BNB chain, Ton on Ton blockchain. They are sharing capital because of what they do in this space. So they are sharing capital for value. Avex has not been doing so well, but Avex is still too cheap. Avex is still too cheap. Yeah, so that's how we start to plan and determine our next move. All right, so that being said, I will go and look at the chart of Kasongo. So that has been our lesson and has been our analysis of the market. So we can position ourselves according to what we have been looking at and how we have analyzed everything accordingly. BTC where it is, Ethereum where it is and what we need it to hold. And no matter what happens, we know that below 109,000, we will look through these assets that we have been patrolling to position or to start DCAing or dollar cost averaging, or just simple word, buying slowly a portion of those assets with small capital as they are dipping, for us to average out and to have a proper discount to be able to take profit at a right point. Okay. All right.